Hello again, welcome back to the Unloved JDM channel. Now, I'm going to be honest with you from the start here. I'm in the middle of filming two videos. One's on the engine, one's actually on painting the car. So I've kind of lost where I am because it's been happening over a few days. So I'm at the point now where I'm just going to merge the two. You're going to see everything that's going on. And wherever we are by the end of today is where you're up to by the end of this video. So, there's obviously painting going on, as I say. So these doors are now getting prepped ready for paint, because obviously we're going to do the inside of the door shuts, and all the rest of the clips will go in here, so enjoy. What we need to start with, as I say, is putting in, and we've got Cosworth main bearings for the crank, so we're going to need to start by putting in those, secure the crank in place with the cradle, and then obviously flip it over, well, give or take, and then flip it over and start putting the pistons in. But I think before that it's probably worth dealing with the bottom end, so getting all the sump and stuff like that on as well, which again is all here somewhere up there. Like I said, parts are a little bit everywhere at the moment, but there's a lot going on, so let's get to it. Sneaky peek, it is assembled, it's mostly there. There's still a few little bit more bits left to go on it because I've still got quite the parts list. And the rear subframe's out of it so that I can do the whole underbody restoration of it, because if you saw the videos from, I think it's actually a year ago, I actually did full bare metal on the front half of the car, re-primed it, re-undersealed it, and it's now like it should be under there. But tonight, the main event of this evening is to paint it. Now, I've been waiting to do this for a long time. The paint's been here for a few weeks, and tonight I've got to the point where I'm like, we're in a good spot. The primer's all flattened back. It looks like it should. Let's put some paint on it, see what happens, and cross any issues when we come to it. Because you know what painting's like. You've seen the channel before, you know how this goes. There's always something. Obviously, I don't have a booth in here. This is just done in the atmosphere. It's not cold. The floor's wet, there's not too much dust in the air, everything's been cleaned up. So, with a little bit of luck, we'll have this sorted by the end of this video, and it'll be the right colour, and it will be, I don't want to say the word finished, but it'll be painted, at the very least. Rear subframe, as I was saying before, is there, by the way, and they're the front wings for it, which are not on yet. They're not going in with this paint job. This is just the body tonight. So, let's get to it, let's mix up some paint, and let's just see how this thing goes. Alright then, so I'm going to get this statement printed on a t-shirt, I swear, because this is how it goes every single time. Now again, you've seen it on camera, it probably looked quite straightforward, it looked like it all just happened. It didn't. Once again, there was a problem. There were several problems, but we'll cross that bridge later. For now, we've got the main part of the car painted. Problem is with that, when you actually look at it, it's less than half of the job, in a sense, because we've still got obviously all the side skirts, the mirrors, both doors, both bumpers sat there, rear spats are sat there too, the grille, the front wings, all of it. There's a lot more still left to do, if we're honest, but I'm going to show you now how it actually came out, and it wasn't in one go. As I said, there was a problem, and the first problem I had was my gun. It didn't like playing ball on the night that I did it, so again, I lost a day. So the actual finished product was a day later, again, than it should have been, which always seems to happen to me, but who knows why. Anyway, let me show you how this thing came out. So there we go, this is how it came out. And I don't know if it's because this light up there, but we seem to be getting a really good colour effect on this corner. And if you hadn't already guessed it, and if I haven't already told you, which I don't think I have, the colour is actually Bayside Blue. I couldn't resist doing it. Yes, I know I went for a custom in the engine bay, but I didn't like it enough over this. Anybody who's ever seen a good Bayside Blue car, you know what it's about. And that, as you see it right now, is exactly how it came out of the gun. It's got a good finish to it. There's a little tiny bits of what we class as orange peel in it, but it's got a good depth, it's got a good reflection, so a little flat and polish overall will definitely do it wonders. But by the time we've got to that point, as I say, I've still got all this to deal with, so that's the reality of it. So, without getting tangled up in messing around with that right now, what I'm going to do is throw a dust cover over it, just so it doesn't get covered in sanding dust from doing these in a minute, and we'll move on to doing all the parts. Alright, so this is the point I'm at. We've got boot lid ready for priming on the inside, side skirts and rear bumper all ready for priming, and these bits, obviously rear light trims and stuff like that, all ready for, again, priming. So I'm going to get those done. The doors are up there with the mirrors ready for painting. They're not going to get priming because they just don't need the inside priming. The outside will get done. So we're going to start there and move on and see what happens. Alright, so this is where we're at. Now, I think I said before, when I got the car painted, it felt like a big achievement, but it's actually not, because there's that many pieces not on the car to be painted as well. So we're now at, the bottom side of the doors are done. The top side's in primer, ready to be done in blue. Boot lid needs doing inside and out. Rear end of the side skirts needs doing into blue. These are primed, all this is primed. Front end of the side skirts is ready to be painted as well. Same with the rear bumper. Same with the rear light covers and the actual rear garnish light thing, whatever you want to call it. They're already going to blue now, which is where I'm at. So after this, I think the only things that are actually left is the front wings that still need prepping for prime and paint. The front bumper that still needs a little bit of work and prepping. The rear sort of bumper extension things, splitter things, whatever you want to call them. Those are realistically the only bits that we need to do. Oh, and obviously fuel cap, grille, one of the mirrors actually is done and came out really nice, if I can find it. And the car still needs to put it back together, but that one's actually done. A little bit dusty now, but it's there, it's done, it's blue. So I'm going to crack on with this, going to get these painted blue tonight, and that will be probably the end of this part of the video, I think. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, and so with that is all these pieces painted, so that is where we're going to end this one. Next video we're going to start getting things back on the car and go down that route. So in the meantime, make sure you subscribe so you get a notification when it comes up, and thank you very much for watching. See you again soon.